that the teams battle in the round-robin stages from stage 1 until now, the second round-robin with 8 teams that have qualified, the battle is very real. I'm Adam Bobrow, and alongside me to join me for the conversation and the spectation of all this, just enjoying the show, Fraser Riley. Welcome back, Fraser.
Thank you very much, Adam. Great to be here on this final day of stage number 2, and we're starting off with a bang, the defending champions involved. Cannot wait for this one.
Will be exciting. Germany versus China, and with Sabine Winter in the form she's been in, Patrick Franziska as a giant slayer, you're going to see both of them in the mix, but Sabine Winter in doubles this time around, the mixed doubles. Patrick Franziska in the singles, the third match, and Nina Mittelham playing against Sun Ying-sha in the second. So Wang Chuqin and Sun Ying-sha both playing singles, Lin Shidong and Kuai Man in the mixed doubles. This is really an interesting battle, and other than Japan, I think Germany is one of the top, let's say, contenders, as we see here on screen. Tied for number 3 with Korea Republic in the standings. Japan and China tied for number 1, although the specifics based on losses, China better. Team Hong Kong, China, and France competing to try and sneak into the top 4. Croatia and Sweden, it's a long way to go. Is it possible? Haven't done the math. We will see, but it will be a fight because nobody wants to end up bottom of the barrel. That'll be later on this evening on table number 1. So as the jams keep pumping here, table number 1 is where the action will be going down. 4 rackets on the table. As we get prepared for the mixed doubles, anything stand out to you in this Germany-China match that you're looking forward to?
Yeah, I mean, I'm just quite surprised by the experimenting we've seen from Team Germany with respect to the doubles. I mean, Patrick Franziska and Annette Kaufmann have been such a solid pair, you know, the European medalists last year. But we saw Dang Cho with Kaufmann yesterday. We've seen Benedikt Duda and Sabine Winter today. This really interests me here in match number 1. I'm interested to see how Benedikt Duda will pair with this anti-spin star.
Yeah, it is always interesting when you have 2 very different styles at the table. Someone who plays so much off speed on one side. But then again, Ricardo Walter, Ruin Filus, you never know. And again, yesterday with the Swedish women, we saw Linda Bergström and Stina Kjellberg pairing off. But in the end, 1-1 was not enough against Team Hong Kong China, who put up a good fight early on. So China and Germany, 2 powerhouse nations in table tennis. Again, everybody knows China dominates table tennis, but Germany has a very rich history in it as well, from the days of, well, Jörg Roskopf, Stefan Fetzner, of course, Timo Boll, Dima, and others. But with Sabine Winter leading the European women right now, her new anti-spin style, there's a lot to look forward to in this matchup. So here they come, the challengers led by Sabine Winter, Dang Cho, Annette Kaufmann, Benedikt Duda, Nina Mittelham, and Patrick Franziska. 6 strong. And a look here at the ages of the players out there. Annette Kaufman, a world youth champion in recent history. So you already saw Patrick Franziska, Nina Mittelheim, both of them will be playing singles. Benedikt Duda in the mixed doubles alongside Sabine Winter, but Annette Kaufman, the lefty, we didn't see in the lineup just yet, not in the first 3 matches. Dang Chio, one of the best pen holders in the world, just behind Felix Lebrun, who beat Liang Jingquin last night. Sabine Winter and her anti-spin on the backhand, fast feet and strong forehand. But speaking of strong, here comes the team that sets the standard globally. The North Star for table tennis, led by the captains. And everybody here is as strong as can be. We'll walk you through them in just a moment. The flag that flies the highest wherever table tennis goes in the world. On the wide right there, Xu Yingbin. Wang Yidi just next to him. Liang Jingquin will be coming in after that. After a tough match against Felix Lebrun, he's still a staple for Team China, but Felix, one of the best in the world. Kwai Man, as fast as can be, will be starting off in the mixed doubles alongside this man here, Stone, the star of the Shidong show, Lin Shidong. At only 20 years old, Wang Manyu, though, 26 years old, just won the national games over Sinying Xia. Wang Chuqin, the world #1, Lionheart, and over 3 years, world #1, as strong as can be, way out in front of the pack. Xia, Baby Buddha, Sinying Xia. Both Sinying Xia and Wang Chuqin scheduled for singles. And here's a look at the lineup. TBD, to be determined. Very few, only France has made it past the 3rd match so far against Team China. But we've got a lot to look forward to. And the format is, it starts with the mixed doubles, then the women's singles, then the men's singles, and if more is needed, it'll be gender doubles in the order determined, as you see. So, red jerseys out here, first time I've seen it. A little look here, any results standouts for you, Fraser?
I think that the win against France was very impressive from Team Germany. They're really, really close European rivals. They doubled the points of the French there in the group. It was a group of death in group number 4, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was a tough one. European champs plus Brazil minus Calderano and Takahashi, both of the sisters. But Team China here, results on screen, only that 2 games taken by France. And then Team Hong Kong, China with that 1. Interestingly enough, the colors switched up. Germany went red today, and China goes blue. It's fascinating.
It's like the old school German jerseys coming back now. I like this.
Yeah, it's funny how fashion works. Maybe bell bottoms on their sweatpants. We'll see. A fresh haircut for Jörg Roskopf and a fresh shirt. Red has been a victorious color. I think a big part of that is it's China's national team color, the color of the flag. Last minute conversations here. Roskopf, Jörg Roskopf, the men's coach. Zoltan Batorfi, here's the women's coach. There are many different coaches that'll mix in and out here. So just checking out each other's equipment here. I think Sabine Winter's equipment is going to be the most interesting to look at and is going to take the most study. Benedikt Duda has recently been world top 10, currently world ranked number 12. Lin Shidong, number 2 in the world at 20 years old, and Kwai Man, number 4. And it's show and tell. And what did Sabine bring into class? An anti-spin backhand. Coin toss time.
Is black. Receive. Which side? This side. Who will start the serve? Kwai Man. Who will be first? Okay.
So Benedikt Duda will receive after winning the coin toss, choosing receive. It is then left sides. China chooses side and then has to determine who will serve. Kwai Man will be serving. So serves must be on the right side of the table from the start, on the diagonal. Alternating shots every shot. A righty-lefty combo on both sides to help share the space. Really interesting here again, the matchup. A little bit of creativity here from Germany.
Absolutely, especially with Sabine Winter, who can play the UFOs, who can twiddle to get her forehand rubber on the backhand side to counter. She is a jack of all trades, Sabina. So it's going to be important here that Benedikt Duda and her gel really, really well. Duda's going to have to watch out for what she's doing to gauge the distance that he needs to be.
That's an important point. I think anti-spin on the other side, players are going to have to be moving in and out, but if you back up too quickly, again, this takes a lot of planning and practice. So in the practice all together, you'd imagine Sabina and Benedikt Duda got their fair share of experience, at least as much as they could in preparation for this. Robert Olenki, umpire for the match, sitting in the high chair, color coordinating his shirt and his eyes. It's pretty cool. Not favoritism, it just so happens that Team China today wearing the blue as well. Not especially superstitious. I think the preparation has a lot more to do with the level they've achieved than the shirt color.
Absolutely.
So Benedikt Duda's service game, his close to the table attacking game, he's just got so much, I'd say, determination. He's one of the hardest working. They say the first to show up for practice, the last to leave, as we see Wang Chuqin, Xiao Zhang, Liang Jingqun, Wang Yidi watching on, Xu Yingbin. I'd be very curious at this stage. It seems unlikely that he would get thrown into the mix, but not a bad backup. When you think about how deep China rolls, think about who they've got, the way Shang Peng has been playing.
Yeah, won a champions, didn't he, quite recently, Shang Peng. It's just a cold lineup, isn't it, when you look at them, so iconic.
Chun Yi on the women's side, Chun Xingtong.
Yeah.
I mean, these are players well inside the top 10, in Chun Xingtong's case, inside the top 5, inside the top 3.
First game.
They'd walk into other teams, wouldn't they?
Love all.
Sure would. Here we go, Kwai Man to start it off, 3 games to play.
One love.
It's also interesting here the way the movement in and out. Sabina here plays it quickly, but it seemed like she was very quick to get out of the court. Out of the way anyway. Oh man, Lin Shidong not allowing the ball to be touched with that ante.
Dispatched, he knew that it was fairly floaty. Shidong read it well, took initiative, and that's the shot that he's really known for, that backhand over the table. Dismissive.
Love 3.
One thing about Sabina that's, I'd say, very effective in singles is that she's not running out of the way and coming back in. It's going to be tough to get the ante so still. She said that's one of the first things you have to learn, which is counterintuitive, that the stiller you hold it, that's how you learn the control first. Let it do the work. Oh, beautiful. You could see that one just bend the exact opposite of what you'd normally expect. That's what frictionless does.
It's mesmerizing, isn't it? There's a disconnection between what you see and what you get.
It's almost like a magic trick.
Yeah.
The hand moves one way, you're like, oh, I know what that, never mind. The break off the top of the net here for Shidong. So very intentional play here, playing into Sabina with barely any side spin. Again, the emptier it is, the emptier it comes back. Good deep shot here. Again, anti-spin tends to slow the ball down quite a bit, but if you use it effectively, as Sabina did here, you can guide it to the baseline, rush the opponent a bit.
It was nicely done, and because she can vary the depths on those anti-spin shots so well, you've really got to not act too early. Got to come in with a very open-minded approach here if you're Lin Shidong and Kwai Man. It's incredible as well because Sabina Winter can play a ball that's come to her deep, short on the table, drop it like it's hot.
Snoopbina Winter. But that backhand once again, snapped and gone, out of reach, untouchable. As good as Lin Shidong is behind the table, he's going to do everything he can to stay close. Play a game that complements Kwai Man's. What's that, 3? At least 3 now.
Yeah, I think it's 3.
That have not been touched with this opening. Now the idea of a long push to the backhand should give a little bit more predictability. Still, he's that good. Good pressure from the dude. Benedikt Duda makes the move over to Sabina Winter's corner. As the right-handed player, she will tend to stay there a bit more.
Superb shot from Duda, a bit of side spin on there, great placement, tempted Shidong into the pivot, and actually gave Winter time to get prepared, but the ball didn't come back.
Good change-up, pulling Shidong over to the forehand side of the table, forcing him to play the backhand and cross over. I think the Chinese pair would like to do the same to the Germans, because if Sabina has to cross in front, it's going to be really tough to get back with the ante on the back end.
Absolutely.
And there's also that extra pressure to make a quality opening as soon as you do get the attack if you're Sabina. I mean, really for any player out here, but especially for Sabina, having one side of the racket defensive.
There's something so undying about her style. She'll die for shots that others won't, but I don't think that we're going to see her pivot as often in this matchup alongside Benedikt Duda.
Good pressure, strong forehand. Sabina's got one of the spinniest, fastest forehands in the game. Not even a ton of backswing there. Physical fitness, and the look there. Lin Shidong's like, but why? This is a good setup, and when you're in Benedikt Duda's situation, it's not easy to hit a winner from there, but he's going to feel responsible in that rally.
Yeah, he will. Actually set it up quite nicely there. A shot of Winter made Kleiman a little bit hesitant, played a fairly high trajectory arcing ball. Good rotation, maybe that stalled Duda.
The ball is not inside the end of line, okay?
Clarification there. Warning, Sabina Winter said it's my toss. Okay, I must toss from behind the baseline.
6-9.
Contact as well, but she just wanted to know what she had done wrong to not repeat because it could end up costing her a point. And as you can see, points aren't easy to come by. Oh, what a flick. Pancake. Shows it like an open skillet and quickly flips it to cook the other side. And out to the forehand, it's untouched. 4 game points for the Chinese duo. Only need the one. Lin Shidong taking it out of the corner, having to lean back for that, and still with a parallel counter, able to shut out the point and secure the game.
Nice to see some personality coming through Kleiman's game, especially with that flick, and then that last point there, float serve, limited the amount of spin that Duda could generate. And there they go, game number 1 to the Chinese.
Words of encouragement from Xiaozhan, reminding them what they can do and what they're doing well, and that overall they're doing everything well. 11-6, they took game number 1. 3 games dropped total across all their team matches so far.
Okay. Second game, Duda to serve, level.
Interestingly enough, 2 of those 3 to one specific player. The Benedikt Duda beat Felix Lebrun. Good start on the step round from Sabina. Funny, we were talking about the pivot earlier. I think because she's got her corner to turn and she can chase back to the wide forehand if we need, I would almost expect it whenever she can. With the exception of if it seems like an opportune ball or she can set up Benedikt Duda. Obviously the ante is something she's learned to use very effectively to cause big problems for Chinese players.
I think inside the table, in the serve receive, I wouldn't expect to see it, but once it blossoms out there in the rally, there is a chance, definitely. That's how she can impose herself more. And if Duda's flicked out or sent the ball long and they're attacking into a backhand side, like Lin Shidong was, you know what chance is Winter going to stand trying to brace that ball back with the ante? It's going to be tough.
Well, here she twiddled. She played the ante on the forehand to side swipe it just to give something funky, and it paid off. The Germans 3 for 3 at the start of game 2. Remember, currently tied for 3rd. Team Germany needs to come out one of the top 4. Perfect placement on the opening as Lin Shidong covers, and Benedikt Duda is able to follow up with the pressure.
For a big guy, he's so agile, Benedikt Duda. Incredible footwork, recovery, everything. Spot on.
101 revolutions per second to spin on his finisher, Benedikt Duda. 5-0.
This comes as a real surprise just want to say, Benedikt Duda has had really fond memories here in Chengdu. He helped Team Germany, without their very, very top players, get to the World Championship final here, didn't he? 3 years ago.
Love 6.
So with the first towel break, it's Germany without a point drop. They've been able to drive China behind. Not easy to do, but if you can find the pinpoint placement, which they have, hit the elbows, surprise the opponents, get slightly weaker shots back. Make sure you stay forward, determined to counter. Open table! Sabina! Wow!
7.
I couldn't believe that after that net ball came down, it almost came back, or it did, for one more. Look at this. Shidong saves it. Calm, and Kwai Man gets one more back. The footwork, Lin Shidong is everywhere. He is the super weaving floor. He is all over this court. And the first point in 8 played that the Chinese pair have won by world ranking in front of none other than the defending and 3-time back-to-back-to-back world champions.
Yeah.
Who will be playing in singles, Sun Yingsha and Wang Chuqin.
7.
It'll break off the net here.
In terms of WTT, nobody has won more than Lin Shidong and Kwai Man. Absolutely dominated. So this is an outstanding game here from the Germans so far.
Should they come into game number 3, still a long way to go. At 1-1, pressure changes. This time Lin Shidong got a net of his own, returning the favor to Benedikt Duda. Team Hong Kong, China on table 2 right now, so the crowd has a lot to enjoy.
Oh, wow.
Good angle on this.
3-8.
Again, the receive with the ante, the side swipe, and then staying close to the table and aggressive. We have to remember, the order of play is the opposite of game number 1. So Benedikt Duda is serving to Kwai Man when he serves. He's hitting to Kwai Man. Good length on the serve, half long as Kwai Man escapes. So after being down 0-7, this is not an exchange rate that the Germans can afford.
And you imagine, because they've had a chokehold on the scoreboard for so long, if the Chinese are able to reduce the deficit, you would see a timeout.
Yeah, if there is one more point here for the Chinese pair, I wouldn't be surprised. There's the shot. Will we see the conversation? Yep, here it is.
Lost up on his feet there.
Yeah, this is a must. After being up 7-0, 5 of the last 6 points have gone the way of Team China. 3 away from the finish line in game 2, but 3 away from dead even. Team China, conversation, hydration on both sides.
Ja, richtig. Ja, greifst du mir die Vorhand an. Schub, das Ding war auch so sehr gewesen. Alles gut dann. Falls du nochmal zum Abschlag kommst, ja, dann ist es vielleicht, wenn du irgendwie lernen magst oder ein bisschen länger oder so, damit sie vielleicht trotzdem spielt oder so, professional. Oder wenn schupfen, ja, dann die Schupfen. Ja, genau, aber das wollte ich gerade sagen. Du weißt, er kommt meistens dahin dann, ja. Genau, und dann ein bisschen früher an diesen Ball ranzugehen.
Die Zeit, dass der Ball kommt. Wenn er in die Mitte kommt, die Karte ziehen, dann kriegst du den mit vor.
Das wollte ich gerade, wenn ein bisschen höher ist, geh lieber mit vor. Okay?
Any thoughts, Fraser?
Man, tactically speaking, I think that the Germans have just played a great match. They played the right way in the last point, but it was a sublime forehand counter from Winter. I just feel as though overall the Germans are a little bit more vulnerable against change of play, especially if the Chinese can drive into the wide backhand of Winter. Let's see what they can do to set up a good third ball.
Well, this time, the ante was right where it needed to be. They got the drive into the backhand, but Sabina perfectly in position. Kept the point alive, gave Bene an opportunity to play the big spin. Much needed point. Now these are tough. This is an excellent push from Kwai Man. The footwork of Sabine Winter so fast. Not easy to hit a long push. She can't step around successfully.
And there's pressure on her to step around because when she plays the ante, Shedong has been so strong against that.
It's a very awkward position to be in when you have Sabine Winter on your right side as Benedikt Duda. Played in towards the elbow a little bit. Clever play.
Perfect.
As deep as can be with the ante. From this camera angle that we saw it might have looked like it sat up. But it's fast and it's awkward.
So suffocating there. I mean, Shedong stepped around and planted his feet, but it was the depth, like you said, Adam.
Perfectly calibrated on the counter. Lin Shedong plays that shot, but the body language said, man, I feel bad about last point. Sabine Winter getting a lot of rotation on that ball. And she's the one to apologize there. Felt that she could have placed it better to create less comfort on the other side. It's amazing how many different factors have to be perfect to cause trouble for these opponents. Oh, a dribbler from Shedong. The ball knuckled back.
Jammy sausage, Shedong. Unreturnable, a bit of a P-roller there.
I'm gonna have to ask you some questions about a few things you just said, but third game point for the Germans. And it is 3 game points saved. Not easy to get through these opponents. Xue Fei in the back, Qin Zhijian in the front. And Qiu Dong quick to get up on his feet and remind the Germans they still have a chance. Alternating serves in what feels like a crucial game. Tough to get this far and not cross the line. Extra spin, Benedikt Duda earns a 4th game point for the Germans.
Fantastic awareness from Duda off the half long. Decent touch from Shedong. I think there was a slight bit of topspin on the serve from Winter.
Yeah, Kwai Man's push, half long, coming back just long enough. And as you said, the dude was there to take advantage, even from under the table. Game point Germany, 4th time.
Double,
plays
double.
Fair.
11
good sportsmanship.
Sabine Winter quick to say shirt. It's interesting because in her match against Linda Bergström, I love the way she handled it.
Yeah, good reference there.
Yeah, but here she knew. She said that hit my shirt before it hit my paddle, my racket. So, 11 points apiece. Jammed into the corner. Is that a jammy sausage?
No, jammy's usually the English colloquialism of lucky, but there was nothing lucky about that. That was classy from Kwai Man. She let it come to her, let it drop, and didn't show where she was going to go.
I thought it had to do with jamming an opponent in the middle, but now I understand. I'm learning. Getting my UK stamp. And speaking of stamps, they have stamped the passport. They've taken the match, the second game. It's a 2-0 lead for Team China after being down 7-10 and 0-7 before that. This is a massive comeback from players who've been well on top of the world in terms of the WTT standings. Lin Shedong and Kwai Man, one of 2 pairings in mixed doubles that seem unstoppable for Team China. Talk about deep lineup. Well, they've got it when they need it. In the end, they crossed the line. One more game in the mixed doubles match to come.
Dann ist es für den einen Tick einfacher weiterzuspielen. Und halt die Bälle reingehen. Das war alles gut gewesen. Ist gut, gespielt. Auf geht's. Hol das Tor. Auf geht's. Komm mal. Banane, auf geht's.
It's an awkward note to come back to the table on. Just wanting clarification, it seemed, Benedikt Duda. Much like not going to bed angry at your partner, I think coming back to the table, the last thing you want to have is any negative vibes.
Game.
Belief.
Twice to serve. Level.
Sense of clarity. The Japanese women come back to the table with a positive head shake. Sabina right here. This is the order of play that heavily favored Team China, 11-6. So, if Germany can get to 5 first, they come back to the order of play that, well, was the preferential anyway by scoring.
Good tactics here from the Germans. I think overall, it's better for them if Winter can get in with the first attack. I just feel like that stands them in the best stead. If Duda gets in the first attack, the Chinese are so strong at countering, they can go into the Winter backhand half. It does depend on what happens, of course.
Twiddle with the black on backhand. Sabina able to put some pressure on after the side-swiping forehand. She did something that we haven't seen much of this match, black on backhand. Just missing the contact. She wanted the feet fast. Kwai Man has done a wonderful job of speeding the ball up to the baseline, giving Sabina something to try and rush around.
And in the singles, she does have a better success rate in doing that, I think, because in doubles, you know the serve's going to come cross table. It makes it tougher for her to get there early enough. And the quality, the speed on these pushes are world class from the Chinese.
Tight game here, a 1-point lead. Lin Shidong with the second serve. And as it comes just off the table, Sabina's there to clean it up and take advantage with that forehand. Level playing field at the first towel break. Man, this bird's eye view. I mean, that was directly over the baseline when she contacted it. Just a little bit of wiggle room. That takes some bravery and a real, I'd say, bit of confidence.
4-3.
The table is very stable. It's not going to give much. It's not like you're hitting a piñata or a pillow. Oh, what a pull. Sabina leans back to cover the elbow. It took about 3 shots in a row from the Germans that were world class to win this point.
The strength that takes there from Winter to stop herself just enough to play out the crossover.
Her ankles must have been tested on the Chinese side. A timeout now. She was moving to cover the wide forehand, and you could see her just almost tippy-toe stop and just create a bow with her body.
这个球实际上换过来以后，发球主要是原理，其实就是他其实还是正手就拉这一下，拉完以后我们就输分球。那么说你其实就软软的这么一勾，对不对？他能怎么样？他能给你上手。他如果真是偶尔就很意外的摆就很死，也不要去回板，因为回板一拔他也不舒服。一个大扎扎到你们，你稍微偏中间，你反手一点，然后扛上去防就完了，是吧？就是你想，如果他摆住他短了以后，他不好回，不要强行再回，出半手还是最不好，可以转上去。如果真是要摆住他突然用正手，对吧？没关系，先准备这个，先准备他这个用反手抓上去。
Oder ist das besser nachher?
Yeah, okay. Okay, dann mache ich den ersten Rückschlag halblang.
Halblang, vorne. Okay?
Erst hab ich.
Du hast Rückschlag.
Ja, genau. Komm, du hast erst Rückschlag. Ja?
Auf, komm.
Time, please.
Specialized skill coaching. Again, many of these coaches have been world-class players in the past, but it takes time to really figure out how to communicate in the best way, to take notes, to empower your players, and just make these really minute adjustments confidently that you can tell your players, here's what I think will help your chances. They've switched sides of the table with Germany up 5-3. So this is the order of play where it was a much tighter scoreline. You could say that Germany prefers this order of play.
When it switched towards that last game, it started to just slip through their fingers, so I agree with you there, Adam.
Doesn't miss by much, the snap of the finger. Sabina had a clever idea there to drop it short. I think the look in the dugout on the German side was, okay, it didn't work out, but, you know, good choice. The decision was right. We applaud you for that. Can't change it. Big turn here as the dude sets up a much-needed 1-point lead after being up 5-3 at the switch. When Lin Shidong powers up with that backhand, it is tough to counter.
Yeah, it's iconic, isn't it? I mean, on his day, you'd say he's got the best backhand in the world, Lin Shidong. The sweet spot, the timing is perfect.
Yeah, very few can be threatening so consistently from anywhere on the court with a backhand that's relatively compact. Wow.
7-6.
We got a lot in here, the coverage. Sabine Winter again getting one more back in play. That right there, the seatbelt. And Lin Shidong slowing it down, leaving the dude to run back into the table. Tough catching the ball on its way down.
Whoa.
That's the type of effect you would expect this shot to have against most players in the world who don't have a lot of practice against it, which is most players in the world. But for the first time this match, we've seen the ante do, or I'd say we've seen Sabine do with the ante what we know she's capable of. And quality on this side and topspin to make it swerve past.
Got a chance to have the last laugh here, Team Germany, before the women's singles begins. They'd be disappointed not to be able to capitalize on that last game, but this would be great for them if they can take it.
107 revolutions per second from Sabine's forehand. And once again,
7-9.
It's one of the spinniest forehands, man or woman here, it seems, based on the statistics we've seen.
So jagged, isn't it? It's just so whippy, that Winter forehand.
She's got the muscle, she's got the timing. Muscle alone won't be enough. You see players that you wouldn't really be threatened by walking down the street. Mima Ito, for example. But she's got some of the fastest, most powerful shots in the game. That said, out here as Kwaiman drives the ball. We've seen them come back before. Germany could use one now. Slow spin, and Sabine Winter sets up 2 game points. They had 4 last game, and it wasn't enough.
The way she brings the racket back before making contact with the ball, you don't know whether she's going to drive or play it soft and spinny. That was the perfect decision there from Winter.
Germans in discussion. Sabine serving game point.
Sure.
Oh, wow, with the ante behind the table. Not much else to be done here. Sabine doing what I've seen her do in the practice hall. But with the time to watch this one come back, Lin Shidong doing a wonderful job of getting very low. We've seen how tough it is for anyone to get under that ball when it's on its way down and top spin it back. There it is, Germany takes the game for the 4th time across however many team matches China's played, which is well more than 4 now. Here on day 6, they've been beaten in a game. So they take the match, Team China, 100 revolutions per second, that winner. The teamwork in this, Germany, this could have gone either way.
It really could have.
Yeah, game number 2, 4 game points.
Yeah, after a 7-0 lead. That's overall a very, very good performance from the Germans.
So this is interesting for a lot of reasons. The mix-up in terms of who's coming up next. We've got Nina Mittelheim, and she'll be playing against Sun Ying Xia. We'll give you more specifics on that as the overall score 33-28 in this very tight first match. If you're Team Germany, you've got to feel somewhat encouraged. So, men's singles will follow the women's singles. Sun Ying Xia is 3-0 against Nina Mittelheim. They haven't played since 2023, and Sun Ying Xia has never dropped a single game. But if there's ever a time, a 3-game match, that's the time to really start a crack in the windshield, to write a new record. Women's singles coming right up. The players to come, the most decorated woman in the game, the woman on top of the world for more than 3 years, and Nina Mittelheim, who's been on top for Team Germany although it took some time off due to injury and is on her way back. So out of the coin toss here, we can go on and on. We'll see who they show first and do our best to let you know why you're looking at world-class players that we could only dream of being as good as. Adam Bobrow alongside Fraser Riley. Nina Mittelham has a snappy backhand. She's really flexible in the wrist. Any favorites about her game for you?
I think she's neat and tidy in the serve-receive game. She can generate a lot of revs. She's compact, powerful. I mean, you're looking at someone who is a former European Championship finalist, so she's very, very strong, Mittelham, and a right-hander just like Sun-Ying Xia.
One of a handful of things they have in common with a fresh do, a fresh haircut out here. Xia pretty much sets the standards. She's explosive on the forehand side. Her transition's incredible. Hearing from her teammates, she is so strong physically. Pilot Luang Viliachai, our umpire for the match from Thailand, knows the game as well as can be, has seen TTR inside and out, so you can trust him on just about any call he makes. But yeah, back to the Xia thing. Quads, everything else. Her teammates say we share a locker room, and she's just like a statue. It's amazing. And it's not glamour muscles for Team China. Everything is pragmatic. It's all about creating the best shot to bring honor to China. What will prepare you not to look muscular, but to win points, to keep balance, to recover. We've seen her in mixed doubles quite a lot. Her agility is crazy.
The way she contorts the body is absolutely sensational. An absolute icon, Sun-Ying Xia. She's won 17 WTT events. Like you said earlier, Adam, she is a leader of the pack, and that pack being the world.
It's a pack that we're all part of, so just understandable, I'd say, why she has so much admiration. Again, we've heard the entire stadium chanting, "Wo ai ni, Sun-Ying Xia, I love you," even when she's in the dugout not playing.
Yeah.
That's quite a statement for sort of the uplifting, the vibes that she's brought to the whole world of table tennis, but especially
First game.
her compatriots, Chinese fans.
Love all.
So here we go, Nina Mittelham. Service game tidy. Let's see how she starts. Long serve, and speaking of tidy, a cleanup receive on the other side from Xia.
Trying to test the waters there, see what kind of mood Xia's in, and she gobbles it up there, the world number one.
I like that. I think that's not a bad way to start on serve.
Agreed.
1-all.
Good variation in the touch game. Nina Mittelham controlling. There doesn't seem to be a panic. Not like I must try to end the rally in my first shot.
Yeah. And you could understand why a player might feel the pressure to do that against Xia.
Yeah, closer to a coin toss than a best-of-9 match. Smart placement here. Xia goes into the middle, doesn't play for power, but for placement. Serve sets up a nice third ball, so credit to Xia, even on the serve.
It just skims it into the crossover there of Mittelham. Mittelham seems surprised by the receive, even though it was short middle, but truth is, Xia could go anywhere with this serve.
Wonderful push. Fast out to the wide forehand. Mittelham causing, well, those feet to fly. A smile on Sabine Winter after that. It's always exciting to see a teammate take a chance and have it pay off.
Left 2-all.
This is the Mittelham that I know and love. You know, strong on both wings, good timing, discipline, drilled. That's where she can put pressure over Sun-Ying Xia. For me, it's a question of belief, adaptability. I think she could get into some leads, but then it's a question of can she keep in front.
The combination here, short stroke right into the middle, and once she hits Xia in the middle, she buys a little bit more time. Still has to keep the risk dial up for this parallel backhand. The way she finishes, there's something like a bird about to fight or take flight.
Yeah.
A spread that's so cool, and it just adds an element of surprise.
Heard a few ums and ahs from the crowd there. They got a sense of what Mittelham can do.
Scoreboard tells a story right now. Nina Mittelham has never taken a game, but she's up 4-2 at the first towel break. And a long serve of her own. Shasha getting quickly into the rally.
The perfect serve to shut down someone's backhand and forehand. Mittelham couldn't quite create enough space between her and the ball.
Second bounce on the table. Sneaky, sneaky, this one skirts past. This is one where you have to decide early, which is easier said than done because you can't tell if it's going to come off. And by the time you've decided Chiquita, you're just thinking, I need to lift this from barely above table height.
You'd never see that, I won't say mistake, but sort of thing from Sun Ying Sha. Good step around there from Nina Mittelham. And I say that because Mittelham is someone who's more happy to flick with the backhand. Shasha will stand more forehand by her. She'll trap the serve early with a touch, usually. Similar to legends like we've seen, such as Ma Long.
There are plenty of similarities between Ma Long and Shasha. Two players that seem forehand dominant, but divisive on the backhand. Consistent, dependable. Clever, well protected. Mental game, tough to beat. There you go. I really felt like I was watching Ma Long in that point. Right after talking about it, she opens big, and after that, it's the thumb-high guiding backhand, just like Ma Long. Even the grip, the way she covers.
Something tantalizing about it. It's almost like she's not like toying with the opponent, you know? That's more intimidating for me than constantly attacking.
Yes.
The fact that she doesn't need to attack to win, what does that say?
Right, knowing that somebody hasn't played their ace yet, that their big weapons haven't come out yet, that is intimidating.
6-5.
If you think of this as a real-time conversation, and if you're trying to get a rise out of the opponent, trying to start an argument, and the other person just staying calm, it's frustrating, like trying to hit through a coach who keeps blocking everything back. So 1 point in front here. Shasha, 3 of the last 4 points. Whoa, what an angle from way back. She finds the sideline. Mittelham airborne for this winner.
And all the German smiling's making me smile right now because they are really taking some encouragement from Mittelham, who's really on her game, her A game right now.
They passed the baton despite coming close to winning 2-1. Sabina and the dude, they still took a game in an individual match, which is incredibly rare, other than Felix getting 2 over Liang Jingqun and Zhu Chengju taking 1 off Kwai Man. No one else.
No.
A little bit extra on this backhand. Shasha delivering a gift, all wrapped up with a bow on it. Relatively deep push to get a push back, and then she was in a wonderful position to open with the backhand. This one, there was a lot of seatbelt action. There was a lot of finding the middle and stepping around Mittelham. After the shot we saw before, this one actually felt even a little bit more reasonable for her to make.
It was great that she managed to make that compound movement to get the forehand in. I think if she would have not acted so prematurely, she would have maybe chose to play it with the backhand to not leave the wide forehand exposed. But for me, it was a shot of Shasha, the divisiveness, the block, guiding it out wide.
And while escaping the second bounce this time around with the tip of the racket down, the answer on the other side was as strong as can be from 2-4 down. 7 points won by Shasha and only 2 won by Nina Mittelham. Again, a good start from Mittelham. Not bothered. Change of pace, a bit of side spin. Shasha keeps the rotation on the ball inside out for the winner. It's now 4 game points for Her Royal Highness, the woman on top of the world, Sun Ying Sha. Well, a cry from the other table in the arena here, and a game point saved by Nina Mittelham. We've seen her capable on many occasions to get here.
For the first time in the game, Xia plays a backhand touch into the short forehand. Mittelham's backhand again, top draw.
Set 7-10.
Touch game, and she takes it 11-7. Sun-Ying Xia finishing strong. Sometimes collecting data at the start of the match. We've seen it. Of course, you want a strong start, but in some senses, education is the greatest power in conversation.
Time. Second game, Sun-Ying Xia to serve. Love all.
Back for game number 2, Fraser. You know who's pretty good at table tennis?
A few people.
True. Sun-Ying Xia with the serve to start off.
She's very, very good.
One love.
Great little serve there from her.
What do you think Nina Mittelham's going to have to do to get across the finish line in this game?
It's a tough question to answer. I just feel as though she's got to try and take her chances where she can when an attacking opportunity presents itself. Top block, I mean, that'll help.
Man, did she load that one with side spin. This is for the table tennis fans. This is one that the players look at and drool over. A shot comes in on the body, she cuts the lower corner and sends it back sliced up with side spin and underspin. The question is how much of which?
That was the real deal there.
1-2.
I feel as though Sun-Ying Xia's variation games has been a little bit stronger. We've seen in the power play, Mittelham has gone toe-to-toe with Sun-Ying Xia. She has to have her wits about her, not make decisions too quickly.
Well, that was as calm as can be.
Yeah, that was stable, that was relaxed. She was happy to enter the longer phase, use some pace from Xia's shots.
You sort of wondered watching that, was she going to spring like a jack in the box? The ball was just coming in and she was guiding it back. It felt like she was baiting, gloves up, waiting for a chance to just snap, come in with a quick shot. Good placement on the push, testing the step around of Xia. From a body language standpoint, the read that I get from Xia right now is she's feeling more stressed than we've seen from her in this match, despite leading 3-2, and despite being down early in game number 1. Just different body language here.
2-4.
And I feel like that could be because of the timing of Mittelham in the open play. Wow.
So serve spin, only 29 revolutions per second, which would explain why the ball carried off the left side of the table for Nina Mittelham. If it's heavy spin, the ball curves back to the right, and it looked like there would have been, but a relatively empty serve effective. That's tricky. That's really tricky. Clever pendulum serve here. Hey, Chun-Yi, Cho-Yi Cook, Coco in the house. Look like Xu-Yi as well. A bunch of the gang here. Chun-Yi you'll be seeing in Hong Kong, China next week.
6-2.
Clever idea. Trying to add that side spin on. Reached out in front. I think that one serve that got the double bounce made a real impression. Just that change, the way she received this one is a little bit out of the ordinary here.
Could have ended up being a bit of a strawberry touch.
3-7.
Now, to my memory, I don't have the stats in front of me, but Nina Mittelheim was inside the top 14 in the world not so long ago. The rankings move quickly. Very busy calendar in table tennis here. Speaking of quick, the move to get this backhand in, Sciascia racing around the corner and ahead in the lead by 5.
Now she's really tightening the screw. It wasn't long ago where Mittelheim was that high ranked. She reached the Star Contender final last year.
3-8.
Was beaten in Goa by Zheng Yijing. So you're looking at a world-class player here. This is a statement being selected for this match.
9-3.
It's a good point when you think of who they have. Annette Kaufman, a world youth champion. Sabine Winter, someone who's been a strong threat to Chinese opponents. For a lot of the more confident teams that have deep rosters, the earlier rounds are a chance to sort of test, just to see who's going to be most effective when it comes down to the, say, championship round, semifinals, elimination, if you will. Right now, we're still in the group stages. 107 revolutions per second. Sciascia with 7 game and match points. As wide as can be, she turns the corner and sends it back with interest on the angle. Sciascia getting more dominant as she goes, 11-3. Quite a turnaround here after an 11-7 victory. She just keeps getting better. The follow through, barely any. Watch where she stops her racket. Wow, that is muscle, that is shoulder strength. Well, it's what the teammates talk about, 2-0. Sciascia, 1 game away from continuing to bagel Nina Mittelheim across 4 encounters.
Okay, Mittelheim to serve. Love.
Game number 3, the final game in this matchup. Nina Mittelheim started strong, looking to come back here.
Love 1.
But the form that Sciascia is in, it's going to be tougher now. Right from the start, there's never an easy time, but relative to the other games, I think getting a good start is so important against the strongest in the world. A real chase here after Mittelheim commits to step around for the forehand.
We haven't seen a lot of backhand switches down the line. It has its risks, and of course Sun-Ying Hsia is varying the spins into the backhand of Mittelheim, which makes it tough to constantly calibrate. But maybe that could be a way for Mittelheim. So there she pivoted, left the wide forehand exposed and couldn't get back there.
Oh, goodness! The standards! Is there a limit? Timeout, that shot could have been from down 0-10 and sent someone into a timeout. Probably not literally, but this here, that was one of the most excellent forehand flicks. The sound of it alone just sounded like your goal was to hit it as fast as you could and not care about making the table, but it was one and done.
It's just humbling to watch some of the top Chinese players play. It puts you in your place, doesn't it?
Well, definitely send Nina Mittelheim to the place she needs to be right now. Timeout, down 0-3 in the 3rd game.
So ist es. Okay. Viel öfters aufmachen, Risiko gehen. Wenn du denkst, es ist Abseits, ist egal. Aber mach auch das, was du willst, aber nicht 100%. Ja? Auf geht's.
Vorne hier.
Three, lob.
So in case you're sitting far from your screen or don't have glasses on, it's 4-1 right now, China over Germany.
One, three.
Whoa. Sounded like a bit of Spanish there from the German bench as they in unison chanted "Vamos." Maybe I misheard it, but either way, right on top of it with the backhand. You had talked about pulling out some parallels as opposed to pivoting, stepping around.
I like the receive there. She took it early with the forehand touch as opposed to waiting and trying to flick. It just makes her more vulnerable into the crossover section when she plays that touch.
Did you see where that ball toss hit her? What happened before she caught it?
No.
Me neither. I don't know if it was just I blinked, but it looked like something comical.
Stop land. 1-4.
Hopefully I'll go back and watch it at some point, but it looked very, very unusual. Now we're talking, trusting the backhand a bit, but not just cross court where it's safest in quotes. Safest in terms of making it, but most dangerous in terms of setting your opponent up for a big counter, obviously depending on the positioning in any given moment. You mentioned parallel backhands and thinking, yeah, if Mittelham can channel her inner shake hands Dong Cho and stay near the table and paint the lines here and there that could cause some trouble for Xia. Keep her guessing. Change of pace, soft block, guiding forward, still calm, Mittelham.
This is nice here for Nina. That point not having to play any attacks.
This is playing for positioning. This is saying, okay, you got used to some patterns. Let's see what happens when I'm not swinging big and I'm ready to cover the wide forehand.
No. 3-5.
Well, she did look like she was playing a shot so soft.
No touch net.
Well, she can challenge it, can't she?
She should at this point.
Tell him, okay? Okay.
Awesome. And here's why. The point's already been called. You have nothing to lose. And I did learn why. The Tomislav Pucar challenge, if you challenge a warning, it costs you a point.
By Germany.
Oh, we haven't talked about that yet.
Wow,
Your
I did
eyebrows
not know
just,
that.
Right. The reason is when an umpire gives a warning, it's speculation. It's, I have doubt that the serve was proper. But when you have the metrics, then you know for sure, in quotes, that it was not a proper serve. You have to take the point. So don't challenge a warning, is the moral of the story. It's almost never worth it.
Okay, if you're the receiver, can you challenge a warning?
What type of warning are you talking
So say
about?
you serve to me. Okay. The umpire calls your serve illegal. You're not happy with it. Could I challenge it? So you're not faulted, but called on it, and I want to try and win a point outright. Can you see what I'm saying?
Oh, interesting.
Okay, I see you there. Yeah.
So you are not really challenged. I see what you mean. That's interesting. That's a good question. We'll have to ask him. TTR is still in its new stages. It's not something that's been around for, yes, it started in 2019, but it came back recently and is growing quite a bit. That's a very interesting question. Okay, so this is to see if the ball touched the net on the way over. Nina Mittelham thought it did. Here's a close-up in slow-mo. Oh, that was not super slow-mo. Super?
I saw the net wiggle a little bit, I must say.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Ooh!
Not touching that, you're kidding me, right? Come on. You could just see the net wobble. Clear as day.
One child element.
Come on, yeah. You can understand.
That's rough.
You saw it wobble, you did.
How do you explain the net wobbling? Did it get nervous? Did air conditioning turn on at the exact same time? I didn't see the ball touching the net, but when you said you see the net wobble, I watched the net itself, and you're right, you do. So
Oh, Sun Ying-sha, fair play there.
Shasha.
That's great sportswomanship.
Oh, wow. That is cool. Officials will never get in the way when the players agree. Shasha stepped in and said, you know what? It's not a computer thing.
Okay.
I saw it too. That is
Lovely.
That is the reason. It is character. It's not that she's been world #1. It's not her records. It's not her titles. It is her character doing the right thing when you would otherwise benefit from staying silent. She didn't. That right there is awesome. I think we can take a moment still. This is an incredible shot. With the amount of, let's say, pushback, Nina Mittelheim was saying, well, the evidence is there. Jorg Roskopf, Zoltan Batorfi. And the only person who had the power in that moment to do anything about it did. Sun Ying-sha spoke up. Still, such a touching moment. She almost brings it back. I love watching Nina Mittelheim behind the table because she's so confident back there. But good side spin on the inside-out forehand. This one was very close to the shirt. Just a little bit of shuffling of the feet there. Shasha keeps her opponent behind the table. They'll switch sides now, as one player has 5 points this game, and every single one of them was earned. Shasha made sure of that, getting the point back, or at least, giving the point back.
Yeah.
Saying that was a let.
Oh, wow.
Turned and burned. Shasha lighting it up with that down the line backhand.
That was Fan Zhendong-esque here. This beautiful shot, used her peripheral vision. Cold from Shasha, no reaction after winning that, and that was a beautiful shot.
After all the comparisons to Ma Long that we've had for Shasha, throwing in a mix, a little Fan Zhendong boost, that's a pretty dangerous combo. For the briefest of moments, she's in play. But behind the table, too much ground to cover. As good as Nina Mittelheim is, Shasha knows how to finish a point.
And you saw there the same level of acceleration coming into the shot, but two completely different balls. The first one was soft and spinny. The second one was a drive home.
How racket speed can be used, how contact matters, and in front by 3, it's Shasha with a second serve. Oh, the angles on this.
5-7.
The forehand flick was a 9 out of 10. It's tough to follow the third ball we saw from Shasha last game, but that guide and the angle on the way back was dangerous. It would have been easy to miss that ball. Nina Mittelheim took risks to both sides and succeeded in both. So a timeout on Shasha's side, as she's still up by 2. This is how important every single game is for Team China to send a strong message. Franz getting ready in the background, headphones in, he's in the zone. He's got a tough match ahead with Wang Chuqin awaiting. But as Sun Ying-sha gets the towel, just looking at their towel comparisons even. Talked about shirts being tucked in and not yesterday. China makes their bed, comes prepared, leaves nothing uncovered. Like that wide forehand, Shasha there to add angle as Mittelheim steps around.
It's just so classy, isn't it, from Shasha? Look at that. Beautiful little stroke and short snap. He gets the bat high, a cute angle. Genius.
One of the cutest angles we've seen. 3